Yeah, you ready? You ready?
Mm-hmm.
You see it now? Cool. All right, everybody. Good night. Good evening, wherever you are. I am Lorie Woodruff, your host tonight, and we are chatting tonight about creative ways to multiply your money. All right. So we only money. So we're going to be having some open, fun discussions tonight, and partially the reason why we talk about this. A year ago, a few friends online got online, and we were just talking relationship topics, and it just really started going off. And we said, you know what, we really need to have a platform where we get to chat about any and everything. Daniel, we get to have any and everything and talk about everything. So this is how Unleashed Live was birthed. Rolling back to 2016, your girl here had published a book, Unleash Your Irresistibility, Secrets to Making Every Man Want You, is a book about unleashing the best in you. So we're going to keep spinning off and talking about that. If you follow me on Facebook and social media, it's all about how can we make each and every one of us better. All right? So I've got one of my best friends online tonight that can help me talk about this topic tonight. My business partner, my best friend, Daniel Bethea. Who are you, sir? Who are you, sir, since you're chilling up in your crib?
Yes, chilling in my crib. I am Daniel Bethea, aka Dr. Dan. I am a real estate investor, author, and a day trader. So, yeah.
He too is an author. He knows how to read and write.
You best believe it.
Proud of you, very proud of you.
Thank you.
Okay, so we got 17 years of experience here. Mm-hmm. We've got a real estate investor here, day trader. Both of us have been day trading for a couple of months now. And then we also have, do we have someone on the line that actually has good internet service? He must be in somebody else's house.
That's great. Taking place.
Man, I can see you, Kevin. That is awesome. All right, Kevin, we were just going through introductions, so we got to jump right into the meat today. So who are you, sir, and why are you on Unleashed?
I am Kevin Howell. I am whatever I say I am behind that word, and we're going to keep moving forward. Let's go.
Kevin is an entrepreneur, father of two, wonderful father of two, and a wonderful personal growth and self-development coach. And he too has a book coming out as well. He's so modest, so I gotta just pat him on his own back. All right. Big shout out to Be a Lightborn for giving me the shirt, The Art of Winning, always representing and unleashing all around town. But if she's watching tonight, I wear your brand, young lady. I wear your brand. All right, guys, we don't really have a formal script tonight.
Let's just roll with it.
We'll roll off course because it's the first of the year.
Yep.
Right, Kevin? Kevin, can you hear me? Yeah, I see you.
Yeah.
It's the first of the year. And remember, January seemed to be so long, right, guys?
Oh, my God.
Did it seem long to you?
Oh, my gosh. Not even just long, but it was draining.
It was a long time, but it's still the first of the year. So when people are talking about their goals and what they wanted to get done, keep in mind some employees are getting some money back called a tax refund.
Yep.
And we're going to talk a little bit about that as far as how that tax refund is something that you really don't want to jump up and down about. But since you're going to be getting it anyway, we're going to talk about some helpful ways that you can use that to multiply your money.
And be smart about it.
Okay. So when we talk about how am I on here talking about multiplying money, let's stretch it back for a second. 17 years in real estate. I've gone through some ups and downs when it comes to I've owned properties. I have short sale properties. And if you don't know what that means when the market value is low and you owe something high, the bank still wants something. So that's called a short sale when you're almost like upside down. So I've gone through that. I've gone through bankruptcy. And that just means, hey, I just don't have enough to take care of you, and you. And you get to the point where you are in the capacity of working, but a lot of things that we were taught when we were growing up, can't fault our parents because they did what they thought was the right thing to do. But at the same time, if we knew more information then, like we know it now, we could be in totally different backgrounds. Like, I could be on the beach having this conference and probably in Paris just because it's Thursday, right?
Just because it's Thursday, eating French fries.
Things would be way different. So I don't fault my parents, but at the same time, we got to learn that there are some things that we need to pay attention to. And whenever wealthy people are talking, success leaves clues. And I have been, all of us, and I know you guys too online, if you are in the mix of people who have intelligent conversations, stick with them. If you guys are always out popping bottles and spending money, that's a whole different crowd. Been there, done that, but that's not bringing you any cash.
Nope.
Okay? I want you to think about one question before we get things started. One thing before you get started. I want you to think about your annual salary right now. Think about the average of what you bring in every year. And if you had to stretch back about 5 years and think about how much money have we placed in direct deposit, how much money has actually gone into the bank that you normally bank with. It doesn't matter if it's a credit union or a bank. How much money have you given? And when we did, has it been 2 weeks, Dan? No. That we did the interview with you and David, right? Was it last week?
Last week.
Dang, that was quick. We did a interview with Daniel Bethea and David Wright, who are foreign exchange traders, and we'll talk a little bit more about that on how to multiply your money. But we talked a little bit about this. Now think about it. Let's just use a $50,000 salary for fun. All right, your salary could be more, could be less, but $50,000. If you were to place that into an account for 5 years, how much is that? Daniel, do the math.
$50,000 in a bank account?
Yeah, man.
For 5 years?
Yeah, man.
Subtracting.
I want you to do the math, guys, because it'll scare the shit out of you. 50 times 5 is $250,000.
In the bank account.
In your bank account. $250,000. That's just 5 years. I'm not talking about since you opened up your account since you were 18 and moving along. I'm just asking you to go back 5 years. It'll piss you off just going back 5 years. But if you went back further, you'd be more upset. But think about, you gave the bank $250,000. They gave you a deposit slip, and then you just went on about your business, huh? How much of that how much of that money actually have you kept to date? To date, 2018. How much of that $250,000 that you gave in the past have you actually been able to capitalize on, just to do something?
None of it. None of it.
Kevin,
Zero.
how much have you seen?
Zero.
None.
Zero.
Hey, April. Hey, Eric. It is scary.
Absolutely.
Hey, Will. It's
Not.
very scary. So I don't want you to hate the banks, but I want you to hate the banks. I want you to look at other avenues, that there are other avenues than savings accounts that we've been taught, or CDs as the way to go, hey April, to multiply your money. All right, and that's what we're going to be talking about tonight, is what kind of options are out there so we can multiply our money and just be so crazy, filthy, upside down with money.
Right.
Y'all ready?
I'm ready. Let's go.
Thank you, Brian. I hate the bank. April said, I hate the bank. Yeah. Once you figure out it's a business.
Yes.
Once you figure it's a business, and think about it. And I'm like, come give me money. That's all they're saying is come on, give me your money.
You know, it's really crazy because they've integrated themselves in society so much that you cannot live without them, in a sense.
You got to put it somewhere, right?
Mm-hmm.
You got to put your money somewhere. So I want to just look at some other avenues that that we can put our money into that can grow better. And maybe we can just use the bank account as like a sweep account, just real quick in and out.
Right.
That's all they really need to be there for. Kevin, you with us?
Yeah.
Yep. All right, so what are the common ways in the past that you guys have seen? Drop some nuggets and talk about some ways that most people think that is a good way where people save money. Give us some tips. And you guys in Facebook, what are some ways that you've been taught of ways to make money, to multiply your own money?
I know when I was younger, I've always heard from, not just my father, but other people tell me to put my money in CDs.
CDs.
Yeah. Or like a mutual fund, 401k type stuff. I got on my job. My first job, they always talked about having like a TSP plan.
TSP is a thrift savings plan. Okay.
Yeah,
Another retirement account. Another fund for just give me money. Okay.
Basically,
Okay.
Trying to think of some other stuff.
What else? Kevin, what have been some ways that you've been taught when you were growing up to make money? To save money the best way. To save money.
Wow. Actually, I was never taught how to save money. And I think in a lot of people's homes, nobody truly taught how to save money, right? Like, my dad, I can truly tell you, my dad saved $1, man. I'm telling you. But you wouldn't even know it, because I remember this one person, I believe Justin. I remember Justin said, make your I'm broke a different number, right?
You're breaking up now, Kevin. Okay.
I am. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Go somewhere else, man. Go back on the porch.
Can you hear me?
He can only get good reception when he goes on the deck for some reason. I know it's 30 degrees outside, but take your ass outside.
My God. Can y'all hear me now?
We'll try, Kevin.
Can't hear me.
It's so delayed, but go ahead.
Delayed? Oh my God. It's just where I'm at, man.
You're gonna have to move.
I'm gonna have to move.
Yeah, I know a good real estate agent that can help you move. Need to get you out of there. If you ever have a home and you have sketchy internet, call me. That problem. We can get you into something else.
I tell you, man. But if I'm not delayed now, y'all can hear me. Let me talk real quick so I can get it out. Like I was saying, my dad, he would save, but he didn't just teach me how to save, right? You knew he had money, but you didn't at the same time, because his definition of broke was a certain type of money that he won't going up under, like we've heard before, right? So I really wasn't taught it. I literally learned it from my next door neighbor, who was like my rich dad. This guy was an entrepreneur. He was literally an entrepreneur. And I went to his house one time, and I never seen him leave the house, but I seeing all these cars, and I'm like, either dude doing drugs, is he selling or something?
He's
was
selling
older
something,
than me.
huh?
Come to find out, he had a courier business, and he didn't have the house. He had other people do what he used to do for them. And we're making about 12 to 14 grand a month. And I'm like, me under your wing, show me the way. So you'll find out a lot of this stuff isn't passed down from your parents, because a lot of them won't talk.
Right. So key here is, it's not always something that we get taught from. Like, I didn't get taught the best ways. I just thought a savings account or a CD was the only way. That was my ceiling to make money grow. I didn't know anything else. As I said, I love my parents dearly, but if that's all they knew, I'm still looking for that extra, where's the damn account that really has the money in it?
Mm-hmm.
It's nothing there, boo. It's nothing. Damn it. How come the other folks knew about it? The kids down the street parents knew about it. They got new cars when they graduated high school. What's up with my used car with all the smoke in the back? But I'm thankful. I'm thankful for what I have. But I'm just like, how? Why is it so different in this household? Mm-hmm. So, okay. So we got different experiences of how you got to where you are. All right. So let's talk about what are some methods that we can make money? Because I want to drop some nuggets for folks to let them know it's the first quarter. Some folks are still looking to make some goals happen. Home ownership is huge. You know, we have some huge incentives for buying homes. We have people that want to start businesses. They want to start families. You know, they just want to, or just start living and paying off bills. Whatever it is, we're going to drop some nuggets today to talk about what we can do. And then I'm going to show you, Daniel, I want you to pull up the compound for me and maybe run a scenario at the end, okay?
You know I already had it up, right?
All right, cool. All right.
A presentation earlier, so.
Put it in a jar. Trina said put it in a jar. Yes, like it's so sad when we think about it at this age now, but it's like, where the hell was that money going to go in a jar?
Hey, I still do it.
I do, but that's like grocery money, you know.
Yeah. I mean, like,
quick.
I know, like, a lot of times when growing up, I used to, when I come home, if I had any change in my pocket, I would take that change out and just drop it into, like, either
different
jar or what have you.
That's different. That's like the money that you steal from your parents for the ice cream truck. You know, that's that kind of money. You know how many people lose their mind when the ice cream truck comes around? Kevin, I know you did. I would rob anybody to get some Funyuns.
I need it in my life. Need it in my life. By any means necessary.
That truck comes around. It's something about those bells. To this day, when I hear them, I'm like, squirrel, Funyun, squirrel, Funyun time. All right, so let's jump into it. All right, folks are getting their refunds back. And we want to make sure that they are doing the right thing with it. And let's talk about a refund and why you're getting the hell back anyway. I want you to take a look at your payroll. If you are not a homeowner, if you are not a business owner, if you don't have a family, there are certain exemptions that you can't qualify for because you don't have these certain exemptions. So when you go apply for your job, and they tell you, all right, Miss Woodruff, here's the paperwork, here's your opening package, and here's some forms you may want to fill out for HR. Now, when you're filling these forms out, there's a W-9 form. W-9, right, Kevin? You with us?
Yeah.
And it clearly allows you to tell the government how much money to take out of the check. And you got to read it, and I'll give it to you if you clearly see it. The government doesn't want to give you refunds back, but because we improperly fill it out, that's how you get a huge refund and people get excited. So if we could show you how to get your money when you need it throughout the year, you'd have to raise your hand and check in, and Kevin, myself, or Daniel can help you show you how you can actually get your money all times of the year. Because the government's saying, thank you very much for your money. If you fill this form out improperly, they'll gladly take your money, use it in the foreign exchange market, and they'll buy and they'll multiply their money. And at the end of the year, will they get you interest back? Yeah, your money. Your hard-earned money. Your deductions. They'll take it back. And then April or so, you get so excited because you're like, oh my gosh, I'm getting $3,200 back, $3,600, $4,200, $2,200, whatever your damn refund is. It's not a good thing to get a refund back. All right? So all that is all year they've held too much of your money, and now they're just giving it back to you at 0% interest.
Sad, man.
I want you to feel how bad that is. They say, give me your money all year. So because you didn't fill this out properly, your mistake, you will reap the benefits of nothing, no interest. So the government uses it and they multiply their own money all year with your money, and they just give you your change back, your money back. So it's refund.
No, you saying right.
Refund means they just give you your money again.
You just got robbed.
You just got robbed. All right. So basically, so if you're wanting, if I had a job, I don't have a job right now, but if I was employed, when I took a look at my exemptions, Daniel, I had about 13 exemptions.
Wow.
As a business owner, I had 13 exemptions. And sometimes the mistake that we have is we think, oh, it's just me, so I'm going to put 1 on the exemptions. Okay? So, as I said, if you're a business owner, small business owner, I don't care if you drive for Uber, Lyft,
Right.
you deliver papers, you need a business. You need a business to be able to write off certain things. If you have a family, homeowner, those kind of things, you can write off certain things. But if you don't have that many to claim. I had about 13. So that number 13 simply means basically give me all my damn money on my check. That's all. I'm trying to break it down in easy bite-sized pieces. Give me my damn money now. Because if I would have just put 1, then they would have kept more of my paycheck. So I want you to realize that you can modify if anytime you have changes that happen in your life, it could happen tomorrow. Oops, I got married. Oops, I have a baby. Oh, I started a business. You go to HR, give me a blank form, front and back. And I want to make sure that we're filling it out properly. And I'll get you a video on how to fill your W-9 out properly. Because there's a front and a back form. Probably didn't know that. And when you
a lot of times the HR department don't even.
They don't care to explain that because they probably don't know how to explain it. HR could care less. They're just like, give it to me. What do you want? You want Kaiser or you want Care First? What you want for insurance? They don't care. So when you properly fill it out, then you can manage how much money legally that you are supposed to be getting on your paycheck. You can give yourself a pay raise by the end of this month if you did it right. All right, like I said. So that's just one way I want to make sure that you have more money that could come in every single month when we need it. When? Most. All right, does that help anybody out there? Because that could be a huge green light for a lot of people. They're like, what? There's a back form to the W-9 form. How many do you have, Daniel?
I have.
I know you did your exemptions. He gave himself a pay raise.
Yeah, I got back somewhat close, almost between $300 to $600.
How much exemptions do you have?
I had somewhere close about 10.
10. He's a single guy. He's not married yet. But you own property. You're a business owner. So his number was about 10. Right? So don't think it's just Lorie in the household is just 1 and give it to HR. It's not about that. There's a front form and a back form.
Right.
You got to read because you have got to be a small business owner. As I said, I don't care how much money you're making per year with that business, but it rewards you just to have this to write off, this to write off, this platform, internet service. Some things you can write off because you're a business owner. All right. So, Kevin, all of us are business owners. Chime in to Kevin Howell, Daniel Bethea, or myself. We can talk about that. But I hope that relieves someone, because tomorrow you could be on your job just sassy. Give me a damn W-9 form. Somebody's going to be in the HR. Give me a damn blank one.
W-4.
W-4. I'm sorry. Give it to me. The W-9 form is what you get at the end of the year. My bad.
Right. Yes, that's what.
Why'd you let me say that this time? I'm sorry.
I was doing like this. I didn't want to say it out loud.
You're not really a good example because your internet sucks.
I'm still write it off.
W-4 form. All right. You get your W-9 at the end of the year from the employer. So my bad. All right. So there are ways that you can revise that W-4 form. All right. Clear? SC, you're good? April? All right. So many people are. Anything before we go on to the next one, guys?
Nah. Oh, that's it.
Yeah. I help a lot of my home buyers do that because a lot of times people are buying homes and they don't know. So when they're about to purchase a home, I say, let's go over this form together. And then when you go to settlement, I want you to reward yourself and give yourself that pay raise because now you can legally write these things off and make the proper adjustments the right way, legally. So we're not claiming kids, we're not doing anything legal. We're shifting our exemptions the proper way so we can get our money proportion back, more on our paycheck, more on the paycheck when you need it. Okay? So let's talk about now when you get the money. Let's say you're getting an extra, my girlfriend did it and she got an extra $600. She shifted hers and she got an extra $600 in her household per month now. Now you don't think that, all right, that's Maserati money, but what are you going to do with that money now that you're getting an extra $600? I want you to think, as a wealthy individual, what would I be doing to multiply $600 extra per month? Gentlemen, what would you do? Daniel?
I mean, well, first and foremost, I would want to knock out my debts first.
Debt, yes.
Because you really can't multiply money if you still accruing debt.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So a lot of times what'll happen is you accrue debt a whole lot faster than you accrue, spend your money or multiply your money, depending on which avenue you decide to go.
Right.
So a lot of times, like with your credit cards, pay those off first.
Right.
Take the highest interest rate. Get that one out the way. Roll down what you was paying on that one, plus the additional. Roll that down on your next card and get rid of it, and just kind of snowball it.
Right.
Then once you have all your cards gone, all your other debts already taking place, then take a chunk of money that you were putting towards your debts. Now you go multiply it.
Got it. All right. So there's a step involved here, and that's why credit repair has been something I've had to do for the last couple of years, because it is a building process for some people going through their own personal financial journey. I remember a time when I wanted to get my credit score pumped up just to clear the stuff that was going on my credit report. And I got involved with credit repair. After four months, my score had jumped up 120 points.
Nice.
What does that look like when you're trying to apply for credit? What does that look like on your self-esteem when they tell you yes instead of no? What does that look like when they say your interest rate is 6% instead of 23% at the car dealership? Right? It's things like that where we have to look at credit. So much of our crap that we do does surround ourselves about credit. Next week's topic is going to be about credit, so we're going to talk more. It's good that we talked about that. Next week, we're going to talk about flip that credit score in 30 days. So we'll talk more about that next week.
Nice.
But as Daniel was saying, that's a very good point. The money that you're now bringing in, it's a process, guys. It's not going to be overnight. But let's say you are bringing in $600 a month extra because you shifted your W-4 exemptions and now you're bringing in more money on your payroll. $600. You take a copy of your credit report, print it out, start from the bottom and go to the top and just take a look at what interest rates they are and how much are these janky little collections are out here. Make settlements with them and figure out, go from the lowest to the highest, but look at the ones with the high interest rates because you want to get rid of those first. And then just start taking that $600 and applying it to as much of your outstanding debt. And you'll be amazed at just the small amounts that you do per month. Oh, wow, it's June now. And look how much I've done. But you got to be consistent with it. You can't just do it 1 month.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, and that's the key. A lot of times what happens with us, something in our life may happen. Life throws you a curveball. And next thing you know, you're like, oh my gosh, I got to go take care of this. So you break that cycle of consistency.
Right.
With bills just to take care of that one thing. But then after you handle that, you don't go back into the routine.
Right, of what you started.
And wind up accruing more debt.
Right. You got to be disciplined.
Get back on it.
It's all about discipline. So you got to have a focus of what's in front of you. If it's a house, if it's starting a business or family, you got to have some vision of what's in front of you, because that makes it easier to get to the goal. That makes it easier to get up and like, I can't wait to write this $200 check towards whatever bank you got to pay towards, you know? Okay? Trina, you know, you're the credit specialist, so you know too. So especially as some self-employed folks, I'm self-employed. I don't have a consistent check coming in every month. So when I get it, sometimes I have to say, you know what, I got to catch up from December. And I have to catch up in a different kind of way. So it just depends on how often you get paid. Make sure when you do get that money coming in that you stay consistent with it. And then you'll notice in the next couple of months, your debt is paid down much quicker. Keys are coming to the house. Because I mean, I have to have that conversation, especially with first-time buyers, that they think my debt is so large. But I'm like, take it in bite-sized pieces, and you'll notice by the end of spring or summer, you're going to be in a whole different posture.
You know, I want to just kind of share a quick testimony. Like last year, I had quite a significant amount of debt, but with the consistency that, or should I say, the approach that I took, and just being consistent with it, I was able to kill off $13,000.
$13,000.
You know, within
How many months?
6 months.
6 months. He killed out 13 grand. Okay, so it's not like the money is not there. It's just that what are we doing with our money? That has to be disciplined. So we're big kids. I get it, but we have to discipline ourselves if we really want something bad enough.
Right.
Okay, and he wanted that debt paid off. Quickly,
yes.
Quickly.
Very quickly.
Kevin?
I don't like debt.
We don't like debt. Most households have at least $16,000 in debt. Most households have at least $16,000. So we got to do something to bring the extra money in. So that's what we'll talk about tonight. All right, so we already talked one way about shifting our income to bring in more, to save more, is shifting our income. That's huge. You can do that tomorrow if you fall into those circumstances. The government tells you that on the form. You can modify it as many times as you need to. If I have a baby every 9 months, I can modify my form. I know. I wouldn't do it, though.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
I'm just saying. I wouldn't do it. All right. So we're talking about shifting income, adjusting the W-4 form. What are some other ways that we can start bringing in some more money?
Investments. Real estate is one good one.
Real estate is one. Okay.
Flipping.
Right. Bankruptcy is the last choice. All right, so let's talk about real estate. Real estate is. What did you say, Kevin? You are delayed, Kevin, so I haven't been giving you the mic for a reason.
I mean, that is a good investment, though.
Did you say strippers?
Yeah.
Did you say
stripping? That's another way to bring in residual.
Strip clubs are for research, not for money. That's not how you save money. That's how you get research. That's research, right, guys? That's what you gotta learn. Like, oh, what they doing now? That's what they doing? That's what they doing?
Well, it's a great way to bring in money, though.
Oh, if you are a stripper. Oh, okay. I thought you were the. Okay, never mind. All right, let's talk about real estate.
Okay.
Real estate. Buying property. Kevin.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh.
Try. Are you gonna go out? Are you gonna go outside, or which? Are you not in? Are you in your home?
Yeah.
You are. Okay.
It's freezing.
Huh?
I mean, it's my laptop freezing like that, man.
It's nice outside. Why don't you go outside on the deck, Kevin?
Yes. Find my cable.
Let's talk about real estate. If you're able to purchase, when you're able to purchase,
right?
Can center you with lenders that will talk with you about what your down payment is and what the closing costs are. But as a first time, second time, third time home buyer, when you buy, there's different credits involved and credits that you are able to acquire. That's how you get more of a refund because you're a homeowner. So that's more of a conversation that we'd have to have more on one-on-one. But real estate is an awesome way that people acquire either second home, investment homes, or residual income every month that they get.
Yeah.
Or even as a homeowner, because now you get to write off taxes and interest on your loan, so you're able to get a refund even better.
Yeah.
So real estate is good. All right, so part-time, get a part-time job. Uber, Lyft, virtual assistant.
Those are actually pretty good. I've done Uber before and Lyft, and honestly, it's actually pretty good. There was another Instacart. That's another great one. I know Instacart is pretty much like picking up people's groceries from the grocery store and then dropping it off at their house. It's very similar to like Uber.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of actually picking up people, you just pick up people's groceries.
I couldn't do that. I would eat their groceries. I'm like, oh, this looks good. Ain't no way I can pick up your groceries and not bring them to my damn house. No, sir.
But
Good idea, though. Good idea.
I've actually heard that it's a little bit more profitable than Uber and Lyft, to be honest.
Okay. I'm not sure. But it's a good idea. I'm just not that strong. I'm food weak. I'm just food weak.
I can see you now. Got your hand all in the bag where the mango's at. Is this one right? Is this one right here?
They'll be calling the stores like, oh, we have a complaint because we got half of the mangoes that we ordered and quinoa is not in our bag. I'm like, well, I don't think you ordered it. I don't think you ordered it. So I get it.
They looking at their receipt. They got a black marker.
They're like, ma'am, we did have it here. I just think when it got into the car, whoever your driver was, I think she coughed it up.
You on Facebook Live the next day cooking quinoa.
The very next day, all the stuff I took out of the bag, I'm making quinoa, green peppers, and all of a sudden.
On Facebook Live.
My air fryer.
On Facebook Live.
I didn't pay a dime for these groceries. They were all gifted.
That's what we call it now, gifted us.
So that won't be a job for me because I know I'm food weak, so that's not going to work. But Uber, I tell them that are looking to buy a home, do what you need to do to make it happen. If you got to go out there and use your vehicle to earn money, do it. Because think about when you come home, what are you doing? Chilling on the couch, maybe. And if it's times where you don't have that open pocket, you can turn it on and turn it off whenever you want. I did it for about 3 months to pay off some of my debt straight up. I didn't do the food one, Daniel, but I did Uber for a couple months. And I wanted to I wanted to get ahead, and I did it. And I met some great people, put my earplugs in. Jesus was with me, and all was great.
That's how I actually was able to help pay that $13,000 down.
Yeah. That's how you help pay his 13 grand down.
Yeah, the entire year just kept it around.
So, take your pride off and stop worrying about who sees my sticker in the car. Do what you need to do to make that extra cash. Period.
Yeah, because don't nobody pay your bills but you.
Nobody pays my bills but Lorie. Nobody.
That's what you got to do. So,
all right, let's talk about network marketing. Daniel, why do you shake your head like that?
I've been burnt by so many network marketing.
Huh?
I've been burnt by so many network marketing companies.
Have you?
Yeah.
How did you get burnt, sir?
Well, it was more like
I'm going to break him down in a minute.
It was like a black hole for my money.
Black hole for your money?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And my time.
Got it. We're not going to name the companies that you were with.
I would love to.
No, we shall not. We shall not. But I want you to think about the concept of what network marketing is about. It is not for everyone.
No, it's not for everyone. But I will say this, though. You will run into some amazing individuals when you do network marketing. Okay. You know, connecting yourselves with individuals who have a mindset to think outside of the box, that's how, will get you so far. It will get you beyond, and it stretch you. It will stretch you to reach another level in your life.
Okay, it does. It does.
It's network marketing has its pitfalls, downfalls, what have you, but it also has its upsides.
It does.
You have to take the good with the bad. And I always love to see the positives in any situation. So the network marketing companies that I was with, it really stretched me to become the man that I am today.
Okay.
Because I wasn't the type of person that would go out and speak to people.
There you go. All right. So it took you to a different level of communication, right?
Yep.
Thank you. So let's just focus on that. So as I said, network marketing may not be the space for everyone to be in to earn money, but for personal growth and development, it's a hellified train to take.
Yes, it
I
is.
met Kevin in a previous network marketing company that we were in. And it was a personal growth and self-development atmosphere. You can't get that kind of training on the job.
Nope.
No job shows you how to communicate with people, how to learn, how to communicate with other people, conflicts. It just doesn't happen. And so I met Kevin a while ago. It's been at least 6 years that I met Kevin, and we've been friends ever since. It's been at least 6. No.
It's about 7. It's about 7. Yeah, probably about 7, 8.
Yeah, but we travel, we learn. But as I said, not everybody doesn't go to the top of the income chain. But what you take away from that, no one can take away. Like he said, it brought him to be a better man, a better communicator. So that right there is priceless. That taught you not only in network marketing in that space, but it also helped you how to outside. You got a life outside too.
I would like to use an example of the dressing room, right?
The who room?
The dressing room. Like, people, they go to the mall, go to the store, and they get their clothes and they go into the dressing room and then transform, right?
Yeah.
Like I think network marketing is that university for business owners and entrepreneurs to go from where you are, and then helps you to transform into that. I have to say that because that's happened for me. Like I have made some pretty decent money in a multitude of companies. I'm made some and some others, but that's in everything, right? Whether it's your job, whether it's business you start yourself, at the end of the day, it's about becoming disciplined, becoming one with the training.
Yes.
Right? And more importantly, connecting with other people.
Yes.
In the environment, because I wouldn't know who Lorie was if I wasn't in the industry. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't know who Daniel was if I wasn't, in the industry. And it gives you an opportunity to connect with people across the globe. In this case, and next thing you know, look, we're on here doing this now, right?
Right. Who knew?
And you just don't know. So for me, it was like a dressing room. You know
I like that. The dressing room. So it's a transformation that we go through when we go through network marketing. Kevin, are you going on the deck yet?
I actually attempted to go out there. It is extremely cold.
Is it?
And I went out there and I opened the door. I said,
not today. All right. Let's keep things moving because we got to keep a timeline. All right. So we've got adjusting the W-4. We've got doing driving for Lyft or Uber if we need to. I'll also throw in there doing some virtual assistant work like Fiverr or just some other sites that people can go to because you have talents that you may be able to type. You may be able to do voiceovers. Those kind of sites like Fiverr, Fiverr.com, or TaskRabbit. Those are some sites that you can go on and post your job, what you do, and people, let's say Daniel or Michelle or Trina out there, if they need your services, they'll type and they're like, oh, I need a voiceover. I like his or her voice, and they'll hire you. So that's good because you can do that at home, and that's not something where it's a 9-to-5 required thing. So showing you how to bring in more money in the household, just bring in extra. All right, so we talked about real estate also. So the last pocket that I wanted to share about, and what we're going to end with, is really talking about a new concept, but not new, but a concept that a lot of people have been hearing on Kevin's social media page, Daniel's social media page, and mine as well. A couple of months ago, we started figuring out saving money in the banks is not it. It's not, where else can we do it? And we started figuring out some ways that we can multiply our own money through the foreign exchange market. So just briefly talking about that, because we have other platforms we can talk more about that, but just briefly about that, I wanted to give Daniel, I wanted you to give your experience with what have you done with foreign exchange? What is it, first of all?
Okay, so foreign exchange market, it's just exactly what it says. It's foreign exchange.
Right.
So basically, you're just exchanging one foreign currency for the next.
Okay.
So say if you was to go overseas, say to Costa Rica or Mexico, going someplace overseas, all right? Anytime that you exchange your local currency, the U.S. dollar, for the local currency there,
okay,
you are participating within the foreign exchange market.
People like you and me.
Yeah. You don't know, but you are participating in it.
Okay.
So what we've been doing, just as of recently, we've actually been participating in the foreign exchange market, just sitting behind our laptops or our phone.
Now, the banks do it all the time, right?
All the time.
How is it that you and I can do it as well?
So, just like the banks, they take our money.
They take our money.
That we deposit in their bank, and they actually go to the foreign exchange market, and they make money off of our money. So instead of lending the money to the bank and not getting any true return on our money, what we do is we take our own money from the foreign exchange market and make it grow. So we can do the very same thing that the bank's doing without having the banks being involved.
My live just went down, and Mr. Spiller just came online.
Oh! The legend.
Right.
Oh, we may have to cut this one short. I gotta go see my man Spiller.
Wait a minute, let me get it back up. But just going through, we might have to repeat that again.
Which part? All of it.
It just went out.
Oh, it's all good.
God dang it! I don't know why the thing just shut it down. Like, I'm tired.
Man, Dr. Spiller is amazing.
So let's give him a huge shout out when we get back on. Let's give him a huge shout out.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
You got it up.
I'm not sure where you wanted to leave off, but.
Well, I mean, but the thing is, it's still recorded, so it's still going. So once you actually post it up online, it's still here.
True that. All right, so sorry about that, guys. We had the internet gods. It must be Kevin's internet rubbing off on mine.
No, you got dial up.
I don't have dial up. Surely don't have that. I want to apologize. Just wanted to bring it back. Part two, as we finish up. But we wanted to dissect a little bit more about what Forex is about when you see that. Please don't overcomplicate what it means. Daniel Bethea was just breaking it down as far as what that looks like for average individuals like you and I, and we can participate in that space like the big banks do. All right. So go back into, if you could, how the foreign exchange works.
Okay. So
please
rewind everything real quick.
Rewind.
So basically the foreign exchange market is a global market. So every country has their currency being exchanged inside that market.
Yes.
So anytime that you go overseas and you exchange your currency, US dollar, for any of the local currencies, say the euro or the pound or the peso, whatever the case is, you are participating inside the foreign exchange market. You might not know about it,
right?
If you weren't educated on it or isn't taught to you,
right?
But you are participating in it.
That's not the savings account we were taught when we were little.
Exactly.
These are the big boy things, right?
These are the big boys, the big draws on the whole 9 yards.
So there's an exchange rate between the two currencies, and that's how we can earn the profit or loss in between.
Correct.
Okay. So that's it in a nutshell. Okay. So when we talk about how you can make extra, just imagine if you were trading at home. You got to learn how to do it first and foremost. You can't go out there and just look at charts and think you are the man or woman at it. There's skills involved, and we've been learning the skill ever since August, September of last year, and it's been wonderful. It's been wonderful. I get really spoiled now because I work in real estate, but I work a lot at home. So I have the ability to monitor some of the charts, get some leads on some great trades that are going in, and then put them in and see them perform. And you take some wins, you take some losses, but there's more wins than there are losses when you know what you're doing. So how has your experience been with your wins and your losses? Let's be straight up.
It's being straight up. It's been a journey. When I first got started, I had some crazy losses. I lost quite a significant amount of money because I did not have the education behind it.
Right.
I caught up with one of the guys that I knew that was trading, and all I was doing was copying and pasting what he did. So I made money, but because I didn't know necessarily what to do, what my lot size was, you know what I'm saying, support, resistance, all that stuff.
All that sexy topic you didn't know a couple years ago.
Yeah, I didn't. And I lost thousands of dollars, you know, putting into this thing. But once I actually got connected with the education behind it, everything turned around for me.
Right.
Instantly, because
you got to get the education.
Right. It's like what I was doing before, it started to click once I started getting the education.
Right.
So it turned itself overnight. Like it just turned it over. Right. So my rate, I made $618.40 in 8 minutes.
$618 in how many minutes?
8 minutes.
8 minutes. All right. 8 minutes. It takes me longer to take a shower.
Yeah.
So if you learn the skill, then you could do something like that. And that's the biggest thing where people look at it and they're like, no, that seems too complicated. All right. You put your money in a savings account and you see how complicated that bank balance looks with no commas at the end of the year. What we're doing is showing buyers, entrepreneurs, savvy people like you and me, how the markets work. Thank you, Scott. And, you know, there's secrets that some people just don't share because you're just not in that space. So don't feel like someone's going to knock you up and say, hey, let me tell you all about this money-making opportunity. It's not going to happen. If you're not present and available for that information, you get shit. You get nothing. And that's how some people retain that information in certain circles because like attracts like. When the student appears, then the teacher will all of a sudden show up. So you have to be ready for that information. You can't say, well, I want to be rich, I want to have this, I want to have that, but you do nothing. You do absolutely nothing to get in position to get those things. So you got to, do some different things to get some different results.
And you got to open yourself up to new opportunities.
Mm-hmm.
Like this stuff here, if you just look at it, you may get turned off. You may just initially off the break will get turned off, but be open to it. You got to be open to new abilities, be open to new opportunities, because you never know.
It's exciting. It's exciting to me. It's
Yeah,
almost
it
like
is.
advanced gambling to me. It is. And I can do it, you can do it on your cell phone. You can do it on your you have the convenience of doing it right here.
Mm-hmm.
But I look at it where even people on the line that I know are self-employed. Ed Jeffries, you're a real estate professional. Scott, you're an entrepreneur. Vince, you are in the mortgage industry. I had to take a look back. I'm in real estate, and I'm not selling a house every day. I wish, but I'm not selling one every month neither. So I had to make sure something was going on every single day in some kind of capacity to get me towards some bigger goal that I'm looking for. I want you to hear me when I say this. If you have the ability to make money and earn money on your own money, I'm not saying get a job, but I'm saying multiply what you currently have by means of the foreign exchange market. Why don't most people do it?
Because a lot of people are not educated, first and foremost, and a number of people are not informed. When
it's right here
to me, I remember I seen a commercial about the foreign exchange market, and I'm thinking to myself, what the hell is a foreign exchange market?
Right. It looks Greek to you, right?
Right. But after, getting an understanding, the stock market and the foreign exchange market are two separate markets.
Two separate markets. Stocks. This is not stocks we're talking about.
The stock market brings in like maybe a couple of $1 billion a day, but foreign exchange market, you're talking about 5.3 trillion a day.
Per day. Right. So the stock market has been going down. Let your money work for you. Yes, the stock market is going down, but that doesn't make any effect on the currency around the world. People are still spending and buying. They're buying, they're selling. So it makes no difference. Bitcoin is a big topic that people been talking about since last year. I mean, that's like one of the highlights that you do. If you didn't get Bitcoin and you suck, like everybody, you can trade gold, you can trade Bitcoin. You can trade any cryptocurrency along with other currencies. So we still win with the currencies going up or down. It doesn't matter.
Right.
Yeah. So the point is, I wanted to make sure that you knew the foreign exchange market. If you don't know about it,
you want to get to know
on it. Educate yourself on it. And we've got a university that shows us how to make the money. So that when we go out and participate and start playing around, we know what the hell we're doing. So you got that as an option. Who out there has been participating with foreign exchange? This is kind of feedback to me. Have you been doing it? What's your feedback on it? But I want, in the meantime, I want Daniel, $2,000 in a year. What does that look like?
If you're doing $2,000 in a year, and you are earning 1.9% on your money. Okay, let me bring that up on my lap.
I want him to do a calculation on and how you can participate in more of an advanced savings account. Also, it's also participating in the foreign exchange market. What if you have brokers working on your behalf? Because you don't want to do the charts, you don't want to do the at home. You're busy. You may be like a construction worker. You're out making some other field choices. But what if you wanted to participate with putting money into your account, like you would a savings account? You know how to do that. Let's say you put $2,000 into an account, and passively, you would be getting. You're going to put 1.9 just to be safe.
I'm gonna be conservative with the 1.9 because I know a lot of times we can bring in more than 1.9 return.
Okay.
So we're gonna do 240 days because these are 240 trade days.
That's 1 year. Okay.
And we're gonna do a daily reinvestment.
Okay. So before you get to that, I want to just talk about the banks real quick. When you put your money into a CD, like we first talked about a little bit ago, they give you maybe 2 or 3% per year. Yep. 2 or 3% per year. So at the end of the year, you keep looking at what, $40?
Y'all gonna be upset in a few minutes.
Okay, $40 at the end of the year. And if you wanted to take it out from a CD earlier, they'd say, F you, there's a penalty involved. There's a penalty involved, all right? And so they'll take your money back. But I want to show you a daily compounded interest. If you were to participate with putting your money in the foreign exchange platform, basically letting traders do the trading for you and what this looks like. Remember, y'all, some of y'all are getting refunds back, and this is probably out of the hour that we spend together, this could be everything. Think about the refund that you're about to get from the good old IRS. Average it out, most people get about a $2,000 return, and that's why I'm putting this example together. So Daniel put it together where he said $2,000 on average. If you were to get a daily accrual of about 1.9 on your money after a year, what does this look like? You all are about to flip off your phones. Daniel, go. What is the number? What you got?
Select.
And this doesn't include weekends. This is just 5 days a week.
Yeah, and this is not even adding anything additional to the.
This is you got $2,000. We're not adding anything, taking anything out.
Right.
Oh my gosh.
$183,000.
$183,000 later, you would be celebrating this time, 2019. Tell me again that you don't have time to learn how the foreign exchange market works.
You just hit 6 figures.
Oh my gosh.
In 1 year.
$183,000 from a $2,000 investment this month. And I'm not selling the account. I'm just saying we have a broker that does that. I like it because our broker account mirrors a professional trader's. Like, I don't know all that they know. That's how that trend of 1.9% is accrued on a daily damn basis. So you think about, oh, I want to buy a house in a year. Well, what if you had a $50,000 or a $60,000 deposit down payment rather than just kind of scrape up some of the down payment that we try to get now? That's $183,000.
Right.
So let's break it back and just say on average, let's toss in $500. $500 in 1 year. What does that look like?
500 in 1 year?
Yes, Elliot, good job. Welcome. $500 after 1 year, you're sitting in your account, your foreign exchange account, your broker account, $45,000. $45,000. You all have $500. I got $500. I can find it. So I want you to think about this when you are thinking, when you go home tonight, when you are stressed out over what can I do next year. Think about, remember I told, Daniel, remember this. Remember I said, if you were to think about how much money that you gave the bank over the last 5 years, all right? If you average out a $50,000 salary, you put it in the bank for 5 years, that's about $250,000 after 5 years, right? If you were to do this, just off of $500, you put $5,000. Don't do that. That'll just drive you crazy.
You don't want me to do that?
No, don't, because they're not ready for that. If you did $500, $45,000, if you were to get that every year for 5 years, That's $225,000 off of $500. That's crazy. After 5 years, I'm saying, guys. So when you start asking these questions, how did Susie's mom and dad pay for college? How did Susie get that car when she just got out of high school?
Like this.
How did she get her wedding paid for?
Like this.
Because the parents, they did something a little bit smarter a couple of years ago, and they don't participate with regular savings accounts. Mm-hmm. Foreign exchange market, you got stocks. I don't know too much about stocks, but I do know how compound interest works, and this right here attracted the hell out of me. So for me, I got a year. And Warren, I can get you some more information on this, but this right here is on steroids. And I'm enjoying teaching other people how to participate with this. Kevin,
Yeah.
Did you have prior experience with Forex before this?
I was familiar with it because I had sat down with a master trader gentleman who was in some years ago. He actually wanted to charge me $5,500 though. You know what I'm saying?
He wanted to charge you what?
$5,500. Yeah, and his book $80, and it's still $80 since then. Been almost 10 years.
Yeah.
And, his name is Don Snell. I actually gonna get that book post. I told, but I was very familiar with it. I never moved forward with it because I just wanted to be educated in it, and I didn't want to go into it blindly. But I was familiar with it. It's a no-brainer, guys. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's been doing it on you for all this time. You need to get around the bank and start doing it for yourselves.
You need to be the bank.
Yeah.
You need to be the bank. That's what I'm saying. And you wonder how, hard money lenders are out there. How are banks doing it? Banks participate in this every day, not with $500, but with billions of dollars on a daily basis. That's how they can multiply and make money. Why can't we? So if you want to get some more information on that, all of us have been students and learning through IML, is the company name, International Markets Live. And I must say, I don't need any network marketing, any other network marketing. I don't need another part-time job. I think these guys right here are pretty much set for the rest of their lives in positioning themselves in whatever career choice they want, and also participating with the foreign exchange market. We're on strike with the CDs. Like, we should go into the bank and just be outrageous. How much is your CDs today? We should just go ballistic on them. Yeah, you all need to look at moving that. And we got some master traders that are actually in our group that can show you how to move your money tomorrow. And it doesn't even cost you anything. So you gotta just link up with me and so we can get more information on that. Inbox me, Kevin Howell. I will link all of our information, and Daniel Bethea. Daniel Bethea and I we're starting to do more training sessions together. So you'll see more of us online doing more of those kind of trainings.
Yeah. And
it's exciting. I love it. I'm hooked down.
Right. And to be honest with you, it's not as complicated as you think. Everybody isn't.
Hey, you got to have a huge why. You just can't lazy people will never do this.
Right.
Lazy people will never do it. Everything is complicated. But if you've got a big enough why and you're like, you know what, whatever it takes, I'll figure it out later. Yeah, huge shout out to Justin Owens and David Immuniti. Thank you so much for showing us the platform. Thank you so much, because as I said, I don't need another part-time job. You make this work. This is your set.
I don't need another part-time job. I don't need another side hustle. I don't need anything, to help generate additional money. As long as I learned how to do this in the foreign exchange market, I can make money no matter where I am in the world.
Right.
I need is myself.
All over the world.
That's it. All I need.
So we're bringing Wall Street down to Georgia Avenue, y'all. It can work. It can work. So yeah, so that's the biggest thing is this topic. We were kind of going off on some topics because as the first of the year is here, people are scratching their head on how do I make money. I have some who are private investors. They loan money. They can be the bank in a new kind of way. If you knew how to park your money in a new kind of investment vehicle, do that and let your money grow at a faster pace.
Right. And that's crazy that you mentioned that, because that's one of the angles that I'm taking right now. Me and my brother sat down and we talked about it. Because I've learned so much with the foreign exchange market, and I know how to multiply our monies now.
Multiply.
The money that we've contributed from our investments last year with real estate and everything, we're using that money to now multiply it in the foreign exchange market so we can actually do more rehabs instead of going to the banks or going to vendors or going
be the bank.
Someone. I will be the bank.
Be the bank. That's right.
Flip the house, you know what I mean, and bring the money back to me. No interest.
No interest. It's yours.
I don't have to pay anybody out. I don't have to worry about how long, saying this loan is going to be out, if I'm going to default on a loan or anything. It's our money.
It's your money. So even still, you have people that have money in their 401k plans. How aggressively is that moving? Is that moving at a 1 to 2% rate per day? No. So you may want to talk with us so we can get you in front of that information. For those who want to get information on how this starts, how it starts, you got to begin with imlpresentation.com. IM is in Mary L presentation.com. And please connect with any one of us on this line group that you may know, that you need to get to know, because we got the key to that kind of information. So
you got the keys,
We got the keys. Because I have a lot of people on this line that are looking to purchase homes. And if you could purchase it with cash, for what you do today, can get that money. Now, what did you put in there? $2,000?
Here we go.
1 year later was $103,000. If you got your hands on more than that, compounddaily.com. Go to that website, compounddaily.com, and you can put in your own amount that you have. Because I had one young lady I was sitting down with. She says, Lorie, I've got $15,000 right now. I said, what sounds like next year, you won't even need a mortgage company. You're walking away with over $500,000 in 1 year.
$15,000. I'm gonna put that in there, Lorie. $15,000 at a 1.9% interest rate.
Go for it.
You're recruiting daily. 1.9.
15 grand.
You already sitting on the mill.
She's at 1.3. Excuse me. And I think I used like 1.2. More conservative. But either way, I mean, it's between that 1.1 to 2% range. People have that kind of money sitting in their retirement accounts.
You already have the money right there.
Yeah.
That's 1 year that you can go directly to the bank and purchase your home.
Cash, please. I'm a cash buyer.
I don't need your loan.
You don't need a loan. Don't need the documents. Just 2 weeks you're at closing.
I'm a bill all my cash right there on your desk.
We're going to have a bank statement party. I had told Daniel we're going to have a bank statement party, Kevin, in December.
Yeah.
Okay. That's
it's
cool.
almost like a competition, because what we know now is definitely going to be way different than what we learned years ago. But what we know now is this Compound Daily information, compounddaily.com. You put in there how much money, and I want at the end of the year when we have our holiday party, I want you to show us your new statement. Oh, Edward Jones, we got $150,000 in that account. Oh, I just bought this property. I bought this second property. I bought this house for my family. I want a bank statement party, and that will probably take me over and above joy. Because I share something that I just want to be a blessing to all of us. And every single one of us on this line want to do the same thing.
Right. I can't tell you like how much joy I have when I teach people how to read these charts, how to actually, or understand what a pip is, or understand, how to set your support, your resistance.
He taught me. He was teaching me a little bit because I'm sitting there like, oh, how to listen to a video. I got it. But when you start applying the real life situation, it's like, oh, buy, sell. Okay, the spread in between is called a pip. I got it. Okay, all right. How does this apply?
And when you start seeing that money go up and that money go down, I'm telling you, it's eye-opening.
You make money on both sides, and that's the part. It's like, and then I have to give a huge shout out to Dr. Raphael Spiller. I don't know if he checked back on here. I know he was on the first video, but oh my gosh, he is one of the top chairmen in our university platform at IML, and we participated in a seminar. This is a training seminar for like 4 or 5 hours. Daniel and I took a flight from Maryland, took down to Georgia, and he, Dr. Spiller, if you find him on Facebook, he is Raphael, with a PH, Raphael Teresa Spiller. Teresa's his wife, Spiller. Find him. He gives you free trade information online, and we're connected with him. But that 5 hours, I was like, wow, the clouds just opened. Exactly. It was just like, cha-ching, the clouds opened up on what this whole thing is about. Kevin, when he comes to Maryland, you have better be here.
I'm just trying to figure out, why didn't I know that's where y'all were going?
I told Daniel about it. I don't know how I found out about it. Thank Jesus I did, but
I look up, I see pictures. I'm like, oh, so they went? They didn't tell me. I went to Atlanta.
Oh my God, I'm sorry, but I told him he'll be making his rounds for sure, but he will be in Maryland because I said you are going to be well received here.
I actually I hit him up on Facebook earlier today, and I will be coming back up here to the DC metropolitan area. I haven't got a response back because I know right now he was down in the Cayman Islands, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, he is traveling. He is doing training, but all that to tell you, we've got some well-connected people that from the heart, they give you information to help you win. And that's the whole purpose of Unleash Live. And, this topic for tonight is creative ways to multiply your money. I'm not making a dime off of that information like what we're doing tonight. But I'm telling you, once you participate in that, you will be light years ahead of all the things you said that you wanted to get done. For me, at the end of the year, I'm buying a house, y'all.
I'll be buying 4 plexes before the year is.
We just need you to get internet service. So I don't care where you go. Where you need to buy a new house with new internet service. You need to go on top of the roof.
Look, we just go to buy him a satellite. How about that?
That's what I'm about to buy. I'm about to buy internet company.
Oh, buy internet company.
Even better, champ.
So what's your big goal that you're buying at the end of the year, Daniel?
The way that I'm actually looking at things right now, I have 2 major debts that I want to get rid of. So I want to get 3, if you include my car. So I got 3 major debts, and I want to purchase a house. So what?
Get it done.
Yep. So 3 debts completely off the books, and have enough money in the bank to actually purchase a house. And I'm looking for 6 figures in the bank by the end of this year.
Okay.
So that will happen.
Kevin, what are you getting?
Well, I have a few goals, but I would say one is make sure I have 4 plexes by the end of December.
4, okay.
Yeah.
It's possible.
It's already done.
It's already done. See what I mean? Different conversation. We're going to talk about, well, maybe I'm going to try.
That's already done.
We don't say try.
Because if we say maybe, we know it ain't happening.
Right. We expect to have at least 4 different deeds by the end of the year, right?
Oh, yeah, it's already done.
Cool. All right. So for those out there in Facebook land, we're about to check off probably got some trading that we need to be doing. So what I'm going to do is leave you with this. The topic for tonight was about creative ways to multiply your money. If you need to get in touch, please make sure you reach out. Selfless teachers are right here online so that you can just reach out to us. Daniel Bethea, Lorie Woodruff, and Kevin Howell. Get in touch with us to get more information about Forex, because you are missing out on so much money that could change things in the next year or 2 or 3 for you. We already told you what that looks like. Couple of websites I want you to jot down, and we'll put it in the thread. Compounddaily.com. It's only 1 D. Compounddaily.com. Throw your numbers in there, and you make the decision of put the interest rate in there of 1.9, 240 days, and you'll see. Huh?
And no weekends.
And no weekends, but we can help you with that if you get stuck on the formula. And imlpresentation.com is the information to get started on the information on what is Forex and how can we get started with that. Because as I said, there's so many people right now scratching their head and banging their head on, how am I going to pay rent? How am I going to take care of childcare this month? Do I have enough money for food this month? And the simple things that you can start getting done right now will change the whole trajectory of how 2018 is going to get started. So I say all that to tell you, you can do it. You got some amazing options in front of you. So I hope you all enjoyed tonight's topic. I know we ran over a little bit long, but when we talk about this is something important I want to make sure that you all get.
It's well worth it.
Watch out for the replay and make sure if you guys have any questions out there in Facebook land before I sign off, let me know. But let me give you guys a funny story before I chime off. You guys let me know. All right, so tonight, Kevin.
Let's go.
All right, and this is the reason why I came in here. We were a little late. I was having a drink with one of my business coaches. Okay? And he and his friend were there. It was we're just catching up. And I told him, I'm looking pretty cute, okay? I had on my favorite Guess ankle boots. Ladies, if you know what I mean. Got the ankle boots, about 4 inches. Wasn't there for a date, but they're sexy as hell. So looking pretty good. And got there, sat down, had my wonderful Long Island iced tea. And time for me to go to the restroom because I'm like, hey, Unleashed Live is about to get started, so I gotta get up out of here. And I'm gonna show you guys this just to be transparent, because this is what happens when you need to have a day to relax, all right? I'm stressing out over just stuff that was happened earlier today, all right? And obviously God was like, you're trying to handle all this by yourself. Okay. I need to break up this situation for you. So I need to break something up to lighten it up for you. I go stand up. to go to the restroom because I've had my Long Island iced tea, so I want to relieve myself. And I wake up and I stand up and I'm like, and I'm very transparent, guys. You know, I really can laugh at myself. So I'm only telling you this because I can laugh at myself. I stand up and my favorite pair of Guess boots started like this. You see the boot?
Okay.
It's a nice boot. But somehow when I stood up, she did one of these numbers. And then it's like dragging behind. I'm like, what the frick? Why did this happen today? So I'm standing up in the restaurant. My shoe is dragging behind me because she's doing one of these numbers. Wow. And I said, oh, let me get back to the table. I can't go to the bathroom right now. There's no way. There's no way I can get to the bathroom. He said, well, why don't you just drag your foot to the bathroom? I said, ain't no damn way I'm going to do that. I'm just going to have to, let's go. Let's go right now.
Wow.
The moral of the story is never take life so serious.
Exactly.
Because I had to laugh it off. Luckily, I had good socks on. Shamilla, I know this is like,
Oh,
I looked, I'm like, I just took this to get repaired at my shop, and they hooked me up, and I'm like, how the fuck you do this? Just completely gone. So as I said,
oh man.
I tell you that to spin and tell you, life is going to throw you shit. It is going to throw you shit. Oh my gosh, it's going to throw you shit. But you have got to learn to take control and laugh at yourself. And not take things so seriously. And that's the same thing with learning anything brand new. It's going to hurt. It's going to be painful. But you know what? At the end, you're going to be able to sit back, relax, and be like, shit, y'all, remember 2018 when we did blah, blah, blah. Remember when you were in a restaurant and your shoe fell off? These are the stories that build character. These are the things that build character. So for the things that hurt right now, there's a lot of people that are going through things, including me. I've got things going on behind the scenes. You'll never know it. I'm keeping it together as much as possible.
Right.
But you've got to maintain and look at the big picture. You can't stay in that funky position and just say, oh, my car broke down, or my nail broke, or my boyfriend left me. Okay, big picture, good. All that is happening to build character. So you're going to be all right. You're going to be all right. Those boots are going to be all right. I will be out next week.
Go take them to Ling.
I'm going to take them back to where I got them fixed. And I'm like, yo, fix them. I'm an open book. So I just want to let you guys know, because somebody needed to hear that. And I think when my shoe was sliding halfway to the bathroom, I'm like, what the fuck is this happening to me? Somebody is looking at me. But I was like, you know what?
That happened to my flip-flop.
The art of winning. I won that by having my one shoe in my hand and one shoe on my foot, and I walked the hell out of that restaurant. I said, come on, guys, let's go. Because you can't worry about what everybody else is thinking. You got to focus on getting out of there.
Bingo.
Out of that issue.
Yeah. You spend more time worried about other people. You can't get your own.
Stop worrying about what other people think. Focus on your shit and get up out of there. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So God obviously planted that, because I needed that to tell you guys that that you take life so seriously. That's why. Cheers. You guys, I will talk with you. Shamilla, we'll talk later. Warren, you need to talk to me. Let's talk a little bit later, okay? But tonight, I'm out. You guys.
Oh my gosh. That is hilarious.
All right, so Facebook is done.
Awesome.
Hey, that happened to me before too. I was in the store,